America, we got to get back to doing what's expected of us as free citizens in this democracy. That means being tolerant, being respectful, staying informed, and being engaged. I'm former Congressman Joe Walsh. Follow me here and join the millions of Americans who are renewing their social contract with each other. The social contract, it's on us. Hey, maybe this Friday, I need to lay some truth down or get everybody thinking about something before we all head into the weekend. And I'll get to that. I'd like to get everybody thinking about something before we head into the weekend. Going to get to that in a minute, but let me start here. My former political party has abandoned free speech, does not care about free speech, doesn't give a damn about free speech. It's really something, isn't it? I've said so many times these last number of years, we have two major political parties in America, and one of our major political parties, you've always heard me say, has given up on democracy, has given up, no longer believes in the rule of law, no longer believes in the Constitution. One of our two major political parties, I have said, and I believe, is an authoritarian embracing cult. They want a certain America back. And they believe a strong man, a dictator, a fascist can get it back for them. They no longer believe, my former political party, that democracy, the normal democratic process, elections and such, persuasion, finding common ground, passing legislation, all of that stuff can no longer get them back the America they want. And a president who's restricted by the Constitution, by the rule of law, man, he doesn't have enough power to get them back the America they want. So it's time for an authoritarian, which is why they so love and cling to Trump. I've said all of that a bunch. Scary shit. No, I believe it. One of our two major political parties has given up on democracy and no longer believes in the rule of law. This is a scary place to be in. And look, we're seeing that play out, right? 8-9 months since Trump got reelected. He is the king. He is the strong man. He is the tyrant. He is the fascist. It's become clear since the killing of Charlie Kirk that it's a movement, MAGA, which is the Republican Party, my former party. MAGA is the party. It's not some fringe element. It's what animates the party. It's the base. It's clear since the killing of Charlie Kirk that MAGA, that the Republican Party really no longer seems to give a hoot about free speech, no longer seems to value free speech, no longer cares about, believes in free speech. We've seen it everywhere. We've seen it from the tyrant himself, Trump, to J.D. Vance, to the Attorney General of the United States, who just a few days ago said hate speech is not protected speech. So we've seen it from inside the administration. The president, the vice president, other administration officials wanting to penalize people who speak out, who criticize Charlie Kirk, wanting to take away visas from immigrants who criticize Charlie Kirk, going after administration in a concerted, organized effort, going after the speech of their political opponents, using the power of government to penalize, censor people who criticize Charlie Kirk or celebrate the killing of Charlie Kirk. It's been a wide effort from people, it's important, from people inside the government, from people with the government, from people who work for the government, as well as people outside of the government. Man, you turn on Fox News any day of the week the last 8-9 days, and you're gonna hear Fox News talking heads celebrating people losing their jobs because they criticized Charlie Kirk. Students kicked out of college because they criticized Charlie Kirk. The governor of Texas, Governor Abbott, rejoicing in a university. There, I'm back. Rejoicing, the governor of Texas, rejoicing in a University of Texas student who there was a vigil that some students for Charlie Kirk, or there was like a memorial on campus, flowers and the like, and a few people were giving speeches, students giving speeches about Charlie Kirk, and this student was making fun of him and tried to interrupt the ceremony a little bit. It was just confusing. He was laughing at him, mocking. Governor Abbott demanded that student be expelled from the University of Texas, and he was, for simply criticizing the celebration of Charlie Kirk. That student should hopefully immediately take Governor Abbott and the University of Texas to court. All over, we're seeing Republicans try to get people fired, try to get people kicked out of the country, try to get people expelled from college, try to get people off to lose their television show, late night comedians, right? Talk about using the arm of government. Trump's administration threatening ABC, get rid of Jimmy Kimmel or else. It's a direct threat. It's on tape. One of our two major political parties, because this 31-year-old MAGA influencer was assassinated, now free speech, no big deal. Using this horrible act, the killing of Charlie Kirk, to want to get rid of free speech. And it makes sense, by the way, when we think about it's the party, my former party, that's given up on democracy and the rule of law, and they want a strong man to rule. They're okay with a fascist in the White House. One of the first things a fascist does is, right, silence his political enemies, right? Get rid of, stop the speech of his political enemies. It's always one of the first moves a fascist in power does. This is a Republican United States Senator on Fox News yesterday said, Cynthia Lumis from Wyoming. I served with her in the House. Always thought she was a good lady. This is what a Republican United States Senator said yesterday on Fox News. Under normal times, in normal circumstances, I tend to think that the First Amendment should always be sort of the ultimate right, and that there should be almost no checks and balances on it. I don't feel that way anymore, Lumis said. I feel like something's changed culturally, and I think that there needs to be some cognizance that things have changed. We just can't let people call each other these kinds of insane things and then be surprised when politicians get shot and the death threats they are receiving and then trying to get extra money for security. Under normal times, in normal circumstances, I tend to think the First Amendment matters. A United States senator, free speech, the First Amendment, a free press, only in normal times, in normal circumstances. That's not what our founders said. So only free speech in normal circumstances. A United States senator said yesterday on TV, under normal times. But when a 31-year-old podcaster, MAGA influencer is shot and killed, well, this isn't normal. So these are not normal conditions. So we need to restrict speech. We need to temporarily put a halt on free speech. Under normal times, in normal circumstances, I've always believed in free speech, she said, a United States senator. That's not the point of the First Amendment. That's not what our founders said. Free speech always, in normal times and abnormal times, in happy times, in sad times. I heard a Fox News host yesterday afternoon say that speech, people should only use speech and when it's with integrity and when it's with decency. But all this other speech that's mean and ugly, we got to restrict that. Huh? This is the right. The right is abandoning free speech. And by the way, this was someone on Fox News who said the speech has got to come with integrity, with decency. She said that on Fox News. Understand what's happening. My former political party is attacking free speech from the top on down. The president, the vice president, the attorney general, the head of the FCC, every major talking head on the right, trying to silence their political opponents, get rid of their free speech. This is what's going on. And I'll be damned if we allow it. And maybe, and here's what I want you to think about heading into the weekend. Maybe the American people deserve to live under tyranny. Maybe the American people do deserve to be ruled by tyranny. Maybe the American people have become too complacent, too selfish, too self-interested, too partisan, and maybe too ignorant of our founding principles. Maybe the American people, maybe that's just what we've become, and we deserve to live, to be ruled by a tyrant, to live under tyranny. Maybe we deserve it. We become too complacent. We become too selfish. We don't care. We become way too partisan, and we've forgotten our founding principles: freedom, democracy, the Constitution, the rule of law, pluralism, and basic human decency. Maybe the American people have just grown too fat, lazy, and stupid then maybe we deserve to live in tyranny, to be ruled by a tyrant. Maybe that's where we are now. Do you agree with that? Think about that this weekend. Have we become too complacent as a people? Are we not nearly informed and engaged enough as a people to govern ourselves anymore? Have we, just because capitalism and freedom and free markets, man, can lead to so much abundance, have we all secured and acquired too much abundance, man, right? We're too fat with our riches to really give a damn about freedom and democracy and the rule of law and the Constitution. I mean, God, doggone it, Donald Trump's in the White House. Have we just gotten too fat to care about democracy anymore, to want to practice democracy anymore, self-government? Maybe we've just become too selfish with our own lives, our own careers, our own families, our own financial interests. Maybe we deserve to have a fascist in the White House. We deserve it. And clearly, maybe we've just become way too ignorant about our founding principles, about what has always made this country great and unique. Maybe we've just forgotten that. So maybe we deserve a fascist in the White House. Think about that this weekend. Have we become just too damn complacent and too damn fat to be able to practice democracy anymore? Maybe this is just where we are, and we deserve to be ruled by a tyrant. I mean, half the American people don't even understand that there's a tyrant, a fascist in the White House. Maybe this is just where we are as a people, and we deserve it. And we deserve to be here because we put ourselves here. Maybe we just got too fat, lazy, and stupid. Is that harsh? Am I too harsh on us as a people? Think about that. I want you to think about that as you head into your weekend. I want to talk about this a bit more next week. I want to leave you with this. The Big Middle. The Big Middle. It's a new interactive website that I am pushing, and I am pushing because I think America needs to get back here. Once we discover, right, that we do not want to be ruled, and if we do not want to be ruled by a tyrant. We do want to rule ourselves. We do want to govern ourselves. We got to learn how to govern, and we got to learn how to get along with each other, and we got to learn how to get to consensus, common ground, compromise, all of that. There's a new interactive website that is being launched that I'm really, really excited about. And it's called The Big Middle. By the way, what a great name that is. Where are most Americans? Most Americans aren't on the far right or the far left. Most Americans are in this place called The Big Middle. It's an interactive website that's launching that's all about bringing people to consensus, sitting people down who disagree on an issue, and having those people sit down and dialogue and have conversation and listen to each other and work back and forth to arrive, not just to chit chat and to have conversation, but to literally practically arrive at consensus on an issue. Guns, right? Put a group of people down. They completely disagree on gun reform. They sit down for a week and they've got to arrive at consensus on some sort of gun reform legislation. Do this on every issue. It's called The Big Middle. People sitting down, trying to find consensus on issues. It's what we need to do. It's what our leaders need to do. It's what the American people need to do. Check them out. They're on Substack. It's called thebigmiddle.substack.com. All one word, thebigmiddle.substack.com. I'm excited about this project. They're just getting started. I want to help them grow because I think this is utterly necessary for if and when the American people ever again want to reclaim their democracy. In practice, it's all about coming to consensus. So check out The Big Middle, thebigmiddle.substack.com. Go there, follow them, subscribe to The Big Middle as they launch this thing and begin to grow, and you can see people and be part of a process of people trying to find consensus on issues. Thebigmiddle.substack.com. Check them out. The Big Middle, all one word, thebigmiddle.substack.com. Thanks for listening. I'm Joe Walsh. You know me. Go to my Substack. Always go to my Substack. Social Contract with Joe Walsh.substack.com. Social Contract with Joe Walsh.substack.com. If you want to send me an email, do the Social Contract with Joe Walsh at gmail.com. All one word, the Social Contract with Joe Walsh at gmail.com. Have a good weekend. Think about what I put in front of you. Do we deserve to be ruled by a tyrant? Is that what we've done to ourselves? Think about that. Have we gotten too complacent? Think about that. Let's talk about that next week.
Thank you for listening. Remember to listen, share, and follow The Social Contract with Joe Walsh on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere great podcasts are found. And be sure to leave a 5-star review. This has been The Social Contract with Joe Walsh.